So we are going to create a macro for a documentation page, and we're going to do this in a brand new workbook. And our first step is actually going to be to move the active cell to A1. So we're just going to kind of click away from A1 to start with. And then we are going to go ahead and open up our macro window so we can start recording. So let's go into the View ribbon. And we're going to click on the macro list arrow. And we're actually going to select Record Macro. Now that's going to open up a little window where we can give the macro a name and kind of give a little description of what the macro is going to do. So as far as the macro name goes, we're going to call it accounting, and we're abbreviating here, documentation. And we will store it in this workbook. For description, we're just going to basically say this is an accounting department documentation macro created by, and you're going to put your own name, and then you're going to say on and then today's date. Now, the minute we click OK, the macro is actually going to start recording. So don't click OK until you're ready to go through the steps. And if you make mistakes, if you click on the wrong ribbons, it's okay, because it's pretty much going to ignore those mistakes when it actually saves your macro. So don't worry about making mistakes with this. So we're going to go ahead and click OK. And at this point, the macro is recording. Now, how can you tell it's recording? If you click the arrow for macro, you'll see it says stop recording. Okay, that indicates that it is indeed recording. So we're going to go ahead and press Control and Home, and that will move the active cell to A1 no matter where it's located. And we're going to do a heading, Accounting Department. And I'm going to press Enter. That brings me to cell A2. I'm going to key in Author. I'm going to press Enter. Brings me down to A3, Date Created. Pressing Enter again, and then I've got Revision History. And I'm going to press Enter 3 times. That leaves 2 blank rows. And then at this point, they would like me to stop recording. Now you'll also notice it is recording down here as well. So to stop, we could click on the menu and stop, or we can simply click on this square down here. At this point, we are going to save our macro-enabled workbook. So we'll go ahead and click on the Save button. And that should take us into the Save As section of Backstage View here. And we're going to browse because we do want to put it in our Excel Level 2 Chapter 7 folder. So you're going to kind of have to navigate to that folder and open it up. And our file name is going to be 7-macros. Now to save this as a macro-enabled workbook, we are going to change the type. Instead of XLSX, we are going to choose XLSM, okay, indicating that we do have a macro in there. So let's click on Save. Okay, and that's really all there is to creating and saving a macro.